Hey guys, I hope you all had a really lovely week. Today we're going to talk a little bit about networking, and I know it's something that we all know is really important, but I think a lot of people find it a really awkward thing to do, or don't really like doing it, or don't really know how to do it, or what actually doing it is. So I thought we'd talk a little bit about that today. So what is networking? How do we do it? What is it? Why is it so important? And what are some tips on how to do it a little bit better? So networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information or develop professional or social contacts. Simple. But what it really means to me is building and developing those contacts in my business and in my industry, and also sort of just outside of my industry as well. So, adjacent areas. So for some people, networking can feel a little bit icky, and the word and connotations can feel a little bit forced and nasty. So it might be because you're thinking of, those networking events where you go and you're forced to talk to people that you don't know, and it's sort of like a what can I get from you kind of interaction, and I'm really not into that at all either. My idea of networking is growing connections and actual friendships and relationships, both professionally and friendship-wise, with other people. So you never know when your network's going to come in handy. So I'm a fairly sociable person anyway, but I try and connect with people regardless of where they're at in their career. That means at my level, the graduate, intern, entry level people that you never know where they're going to end up in their careers, and they could be your boss one day, or they could be someone else's boss, or leading a company over here, or working in another company over there. So I think that that's really important. And then also, my bosses, their colleagues, other people that are senior within the business. And I think it's really important and quite rare as well that you can interact with them and not be trying to get something from them initially. It's not about what can I get from you, it's more about, just developing that relationship or contact. And you never know what you might need from them later on, or what they could get from you. So I haven't actually needed to draw down on my network really to date, but what I have used my network for is connecting other people. For example, I was talking to someone who was rather senior in the business, and they were talking about how they needed a graduate to do X, Y, and Z, and they were really struggling to find someone, and would I want to do it? And I already had rotations planned, and I had different roles, and I said, no, but what about this person? They would be really beneficial, or they would be really great. And I connected them, and they've been really great together. Or another person that I know, they were doing a rotation and needed some help or information about something, and I knew someone that could help them with that, and just through talking found out that they needed to know this, and I said, why don't you have a chat to such and such, and I put them in contact, and now they've connected and they can get a lot of information from each other. So I haven't actually needed to ask my network for anything, but it's more about putting people in connection with other people, and I've kind of become known for that around the workplace, especially as a graduate, with the connections that I do have from previously working in the company. I know someone that knows that information, so I don't necessarily obviously don't know everything, but I will know someone who will know that information. And so a lot of people do come to me now to ask questions, and I'll be able to point them in the right direction. So another thing that I find networks to be really important for is they share a lot of information. So you're connected with them on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, or even at work they might share articles or send you links to different things. So I find that helps me to keep really up to date and current with different topics in my industry and my profession. So I find that is really beneficial as well, and I can then share what I find or what I discover as well with them. Having a good network is a little bit beneficial as well, in just that when people know you and know who you are, they just automatically assume you're better at your job. Just about familiarity, and people often come to me as a grad before they'll go to some other people, because they just assume that I'm better at my job because they know who I am. And rightly or wrongly, it has given me some really good opportunities, and I've been able to really get some really good experiences out of that and do some things that probably I wouldn't have gotten to do otherwise. I've found that that's been really beneficial too. I also find having a good network is just really nice to have other people to lean on. So when I'm looking for advice or I'm looking for information on something, I kind of just know where to turn. So if I'm looking for advice on one topic, I know that someone's really strong in that area. Or if I'm looking for someone to give me some tips on something, I know that they might have gone through something similar, so I can draw on those people. And I think that investing in your network is just something that you need to do, and I don't think it needs to be onerous, and I don't think it needs to be forced or something that needs to be icky or something that needs to feel like it's this thing that's bigger than it needs to be. And I don't think you need to just go out there and say, today I'm going to grow my network. It's something that I do think that does happen pretty organically. I don't think it needs to be necessarily as forced and as structured and rigid as some people try and make it out to be. Like, I do think it can be pretty organic, and I do think it can be like that for me, and that's the way that I've been growing my network. And maybe, yes, I do need to step out now because I would like to grow more people outside of my company and more industry based, so I do need to start pushing out that way. Start thinking about what you can do for other people and how you can connect them to people maybe, and that way then you don't feel like you're preying on more senior people or other people as well. I think that that's kind of what makes me feel a bit icky about that whole forced networking thing, is it feels just like I'm preying on senior people or I'm preying on people and I'm just, what can I get out of you? And I think that that's what I don't really like about it. So I like to try and approach those situations in a bit more of a what can I do for you kind of scenario. This video has been a lot less structured than others that I've done to date, and I hope that you found it really useful as well. If you've got some really great networking tips or advice, it'd be really great to hear from you. And if you use any of the advice that I've given, please do let me know. It'd be really awesome to hear. So do pop it down in the notes below. If you liked this video and like this style of video, please give this video a thumbs up, and do support my channel by subscribing. It really does help me out. I try and post new videos each Sunday. I've also got an Instagram channel. I'm mindful_and_messy. Please do go and check me out and give me a little follow over there. And if you've got any videos that you would really like to see or have me film, please do let me know, and I will do my best to do a video on those for you at some point. It'll be really great to hear from you, and I hope you all have a really lovely week, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Thanks guys. See you later.